Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me using mostly MAC products. I just was in the mood. It's not a one brand tutorial, I just felt like doing it to create this look here, which is very warm, like orangey brownish with maybe some peach in it. So I hope you guys enjoy watching. I start the tutorial with my face base makeup already on, my foundation, concealer, powder, brows, and my eyes have already been primed. So let's jump in. I pulled out like my old and trusty MAC palettes to do my cheeks, and I'm going to be using MAC shadows. I was inspired by like this necklace, which it is years and years old, so I couldn't tell you where to buy it, but it's got orange, peach, gold, brown, so I just thought it'd be fun to do like a warm look, especially since I'm wearing a brown shirt. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to do my cheeks first. These are MAC Pro powders. I have Sculpt and Blunt, and those are just like really warm, and then I have MAC's Taupe blush. So I'm going to be using those to contour my cheeks. And this is the Real Techniques little, I don't even know what this brush is called, but I'm using MAC Sculpt right at the cheeks to contour a little bit. I really like these MAC powders. I haven't reached for them, I'll be honest, probably like 6 months. I have not reached for them once. And they are not cheap. I think they're $10 a piece. Maybe 15 a piece. 10 if you get them in the pan, I think. So this is like 60 or so dollars. And then I have this one too. So yeah, I need to be reaching for them. They're very expensive. I'm going to be using the same brush, which is a very useful sized brush. It's kind of like the small tapered brush by Sigma or e.l.f. I'm just running that down the sides of the nose to contour the nose a little bit. This is not bronzing, it is just contouring. I'm going to put just a little bit here on the sides of the forehead. I'm going to go in with bronzer here, so I'm not trying to do too much here. And then I'm going to run what's left on the brush on the tip of the chin and then underneath the jaw. And that's going to recede the double chin a little bit. Make it look more like disappear into the shadows. And also because I have kind of a longer chin, I like to put a little bit right on the tip of the chin, which makes that disappear, makes my chin look shorter. Okay, for blush, or shall I do bronzer first, huh? Where are my MAC bronzers? This is MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Cheeky Bronze. It's a really pretty mineralized looking bronzy shade, but it does have shimmer to it. This is a Real Techniques blush brush, and I am going to use this, but I'm also using a blush, so I don't want to like go too crazy with this. It is kind of a blush, but it's also kind of a bronzer. I use it for both, depending on my mood, but I'm just running that on the cheeks and at the hairline. It does have shimmer, so it gives you like a really pretty shimmery look. Glow, you're not sure why, but it's not super obvious. Okay, now I'm using MAC's blush in the shade Peaches, and that is more of a matte finish peach blush that looks good on just about everybody. I really like it when I want something a little bit more orangey. You can tell it's right there. A little bit more orangey. It's like adds a little freshness to your face. I'm using that same blush brush. And while I have it out, I'm going to go ahead and use that brush I used before. And this is MAC's Emphasize powder. It's the one that's like famous for being an under eye setting powder. I'll go ahead and use that too. And that's going to really brighten my under eyes. Maybe too much, but girl, I got some dark circles with my 3-4 month old. Okay, so that's it for the cheeks except for highlighter. I'm using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. This one's like a classic, and I'm using that same brush I used from Real Techniques before for my contour. Then I'm doing a dusted dot right there on the tip of the nose and a little bit right here at the top of the upper lip. Kind of fun. For the magic of editing, this half of my face is now done, so let me go ahead and show you what I did really quickly. The lipstick is Cream Sheen Fanfare by MAC, and it is like a peachy color. And then for my transition color, I'm using MAC's Soft Brown, which is a very popular tannish shade, just on a blending brush. And then I'm going in with MAC's Rice Paper and Nylon eyeshadows as my under eye, brow bone and my inner corner shade. And those are just like these off-white shades right here. They're just very white, off-white kind of thing. Nylon is a bit more metallic, so you might not like that if you don't want like an intense brow bone shade. They have like more subtle ones like what, Vanilla I think is one of them, or Blanc type is more white but no shimmer if you're looking for matte ones. I haven't used my MAC shadows in so long, it's nice to use them. Now on the lid I'm using the shade called Pink Venus, and that is this really pretty pink, I don't know if you can tell, glittery pink shade. But to be honest with you, it doesn't come off that glittery. Like, it's on my lid right now and I don't think it's that glittery. So I'm just applying that with a regular eyeshadow brush. This is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe No Tuck Dual Eyeshadow Brush. And this is the all over end. And the brow bone and the inner corner, I used the smudge end of this, number 5. It doesn't matter. I'm really just looking for the product to go there. Not necessarily caring for technique at this point. I'm just trying to get it done. The baby just woke up, and that's why I had the power of editing, because I figured I could do that. I could nurse her while I did the first eye. And I did. So now I'm using Foley by MAC, and that is a beautiful, like, reddish, I guess you could say like auburn kind of shade. This is a Sigma E34 domed utility brush, and that's what I'm using for the outer V. It's basically like a really dark brown, but it has that burgundy, like reddish, maybe even slightly plum, I'm not sure, undertone to it. Do I need to zoom you in? Here. A little bit more zoomed in. And so I'm trying to like accentuate that outer V, and then I take what's left on the brush and I just run it on the crease to define that a little bit. But it's not about the crease, as you can see here. This part, the side's done. There's not like a whole lot of accentuation there in the crease. I mean, it's there, but I'm not making the focus. Most of the product is out here on the outer V. And then I'm going to blend using the transition shade, that fluffy brush. I had just set it aside for later. This is later. And then when I'm almost ready, I'll go back into each of the shades and touch them up. So I'll do tap tap with the lid shade, and then I'll do more blending. I'll flip that brush around and do the brow bone shade a little bit more. More blending till I'm about done, and then I go in with a this is a BH Cosmetics brush. I don't know what it is, but it's pointed, and I'm going in with MAC's Copper Ring, which is a really pretty, like, shimmery red, but I don't know, it's like orangey, and I'm putting that between the outer V, that really dark shade, and the lid shade. It's kind of like right in between. It's like a third of the way over, not quite the center of the lid, but that adds like that, a little bit of color, a little bit of something unexpected to the eye look. And then I'm going back in again with the outer V, and I'm going to blend those two together. Redo the lid shade, yada yada yada. Then I'm taking what's left on this brush, this is the one for the outer V, and I'm using that as kind of like my lower lash line liner. There's a little bit of shadow down there. Alright, blend, blend, blend. And then I'll do the lid shade one last time as like the final touch to the eye look, so that I can get some more of that shimmery pink onto the lid. Then I did a very thin line of liner with the Kat Von D tattoo liner on the top lash line. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. That's just a really thin line. But just a teeny tiny wing. I mean, it's not really very present, but the other eye had it, so I had to try to make them even. We all know with liner it's never really even. I'm doing a layered liner look. This is MAC's eyeliner in Eye Kohl in Costa Riche, and it is a really pretty like warm brown. And I'm actually going on top of that black liner I just did and then slightly above it. So I'm getting that distinguished like definition that I wanted by using the black liner. It's going to give me that bold liner look. But then using a brown liner on top, it kind of smudges it and makes it a little bit softer. And then you can take like a smudger brush, like the one I used for my brow bone shade, and whatever shade you want to soften it further, like, you know, the same shade I used as my DB outer V or any of those, and you can like go on top of it and go a little bit higher even than that. Smudge it further till you have it just how you want it. Then it's time for a ton of mascara. I don't have a MAC one at the moment. I don't know. I'm going to be using this one by Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. A couple coats of that. I actually really like this mascara, and it's under $5. So if you're looking for a cheap but really good drugstore mascara, Essence False Lash Effect is really good. I didn't actually like it at first. But it's grown on me. I think it was just too wet or something at first, and now that it's dried out a little bit, it's perfect. I would say this is pretty much my ideal mascara for under $5. I may do another coat of that later, but I'm just going to apply some setting spray, a all-nighter. And that is it. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I think it's really fun to like play up with the oranges and the burgundies and kind of like the auburn warm brown look. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.